The browser wars are back, but this time it's not about speed or who has the best tabs. Oh no, this is a full-scale AI offensive, and OpenAI just unleashed its main weapon, a brand new browser called Atlas. And that one question, that's really the heart of this whole thing. It's all about moving on from the old way of just, clicking on links to a whole new world where you can literally have a conversation with the internet itself. So let's be super clear about what we're looking at here. OpenAI didn't just build another application. They've launched a massive strategic offensive. It's designed to create a brand new control point over the entire internet. This is a much, much bigger deal than just a faster browser. So how exactly are they pulling this off? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down their entire strategy. We'll start with this new internet battlefield, then we'll see how your browser becomes a co-pilot, and we'll even get a look at the secret weapon under the hood. After that, it's showdown time, Atlas versus the tech titans. And finally, we'll ask, what's the real price of all this convenience? All right, let's jump right in. First up, the next internet battlefield. Think about it. For pretty much all of us, the browser is our window to the world, right? It's how we see everything. By launching Atlas, OpenAI isn't just trying to compete with Chrome. They're trying to take control of the fundamental way we find information, and this is the important part, how we get things done online. Okay, so what does this actually feel like to use every day? Let's get into how Atlas transforms into a genuine co-pilot, because we're talking about features that could totally change your whole workflow. What's so smart about this is how it all works together, You've got this dedicated sidebar that's just always there, giving you constant access to the AI. And that AI is context-aware. It actually knows what's on the page you're looking at. So instead of a boring list of links, your search starts with an answer that's already been synthesized for you. And get this, Cursor Chat lets you write and edit right there on the web page. No more copy and paste. The whole thing is designed to just get rid of friction. But this is the real game changer. The Operator AI agent. This is not some passive assistant that just goes and finds stuff for you. No, this is an active agent. It's designed to carry out complex, multi-step actions on your behalf. It can listen, it can understand, and most importantly, it can act. And here's a perfect real-world example. Let's say you want to book dinner. You just ask, in plain English. Atlas then goes to the restaurant's website, it intelligently fills out the form with all your details, which it already knows, and then it just shows you the final confirmation to approve. That's it. Task complete. Okay, an AI that can actually do things for you? That's a massive leap forward. So what's the secret sauce here? To really get the operator agent, we have to look at the secret weapon running everything underneath it all, the AI model that powers the whole browser. This is the key difference. Think of traditional AI models like a student in a closed book test. They only know what they've already memorized during training. But Atlas, it's using a technique called Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG. It's basically like giving it an open book test with access to the entire live internet. So what is RAG? At its heart, it's a two-step process. First, you have the retriever. Its job is to go out and find the freshest, most relevant info from an external source, like the web. Then you have the generator, which takes that fresh info and builds a solid, fact-based answer. This is absolutely crucial for making the agent reliable enough to use in the real world. And the results? They're just staggering. Look at this. The Atlas RAG model with only 11 billion parameters is running circles around giants like Google's Palm, which has a whopping 540 billion parameters. It proves it's not about being the biggest, it's about being the smartest by grabbing knowledge when you need it. And that incredible efficiency is why Atlas feels so smooth and quick. All right, so we get the tech. Now let's put it to the test. It is time for a showdown. Atlas versus the current titans of the web, Google Chrome and Apple Safari. This table really says it all, doesn't it? The gap is huge. When you look at the really powerful stuff, actually executing tasks, having that dedicated smart sidebar, that persistent memory, Atlas is just in a different league. Yeah, Google's sticking Gemini into Chrome, but that's an add-on. Atlas was built for AI from day one. And this just shows you how incredibly aggressive OpenAI's strategy is. This isn't a defensive move, it's pure offense. By going after Mac users first, they're betting that a truly superior product can break even the strongest habits. And their ultimate goal isn't just to win search, it's to own your entire workflow. The endgame here? It could turn giants like Google into little more than content suppliers for its AI. That's a fundamental power shift on the internet. But all this power, all this automation, it doesn't come for free. So now we have to talk about the price of all this convenience and the very real risks that come with an all-seeing, all-acting browser. First, you have to appreciate the sheer scale we're talking about. ChatGPT's growth has been just insane. We're going from 50 million weekly users in early 2023 to 800 million by the time Atlas launched. This isn't some niche startup. It's a giant with a massive built-in launchpad. And all those users, they're generating something like 2 billion queries every single day. That creates this unbelievable feedback loop, letting OpenAI train its operator agent on a scale that nobody else can even touch. It gets smarter and more capable with every interaction. And that brings us to the central trade-off. The very same persistent memory that makes Atlas so useful also creates a single, incredibly detailed profile of you. And when the AI can actually act, like booking flights or buying things, there's a real risk of irreversible mistakes. Then there's this new threat called the inverse security problem, where a hacker could poison the well and trick the AI into acting on bad information. In this new world, trust is everything. Which leads us to the final question. With all this incredible power and convenience, is an AI copilot that can automate your life worth giving it the keys to your entire digital world? That's the choice we're all going to be facing.